The Last Journey. My name is John. I am an old man. I live alone in a small room. A long time ago, I had a family. My wife, my son, and my daughter. They made me happy. We laughed, we ate together. We were a family. But one day, everything changed. A car accident took them away. I was the only one who lived. Since that day, I feel empty. I wake up, I eat, I sleep, but I do not smile. I do not talk much. I only walk in the park and watch the sky. Last week I had a strong headache. It was sharp and heavy. I went to see a doctor. He checked my head. He looked at me and said, "John, you are sick. You have only 3 months to live." I did not cry. I just looked outside. The sun was warm, the birds were flying, and I said to myself, if I will die soon, I want to live first. I want to see the world, so I sold everything I had. My bed, my chair, my books, my home. I put all the money in my pocket. I packed one small bag, and I bought a ticket to a new life. My last journey. My first stop was Paris. I always wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. When I saw it, I felt small. The tower was big and beautiful. I sat under it and looked up. People were taking photos. Children were laughing. I smiled a little. It was the first smile in many years. I walked around the city. The streets were full of light. I ate fresh bread from a small shop. The man at the shop said, "Bonjour." I said, "Hello." We laughed. I did not speak French, but I understood his kindness. At night, I sat by the river. The lights of the city danced on the water. I remembered my wife. She loved lights and music. I closed my eyes and thought of her face. I felt sad but also warm, like she was near me. The next day I flew to Italy. I went to Venice. The city had no cars, only boats. I rode on a small boat called a gondola. The man sang a soft song. The water was quiet, the sky was blue. I looked around and said, "This is peace." I ate pasta with cheese. It was simple but tasty. People were kind. A boy helped me carry my bag. A woman gave me a flower. I said, "Thank you." She smiled. I thought, maybe the world is still good. I was tired but happy. I slept in a small hotel. That night I dreamed of my family, but in the dream we were all together. We were on a boat, smiling at the sun. After Italy, I flew to Japan. I had never been to Asia before. Everything was new. The people were quiet and polite. The streets were clean. The trains were fast. I liked the silence. I visited a small temple in Kyoto. It was peaceful. I took off my shoes and walked inside. I sat on the floor and closed my eyes. I heard the sound of wind in the trees. I felt calm. It was like my pain was smaller there. A kind old man talked to me. He gave me green tea. He did not speak English well, but he smiled a lot. I liked him. He showed me a garden full of stones and sand. It was simple but beautiful. He said, "Life is short. enjoy small things. Next, I went to India. The air was hot and full of spice. I saw colours everywhere, on clothes, buildings and food. I visited the Taj Mahal. It was white and bright. I stood there for a long time, thinking of my wife. She would have loved this place. A small girl gave me a flower. She had big eyes and a happy smile. I gave her a coin, but she gave it back. She said, "No, this is a gift." I was touched. People who have little still give much. I stayed in a quiet village one night. The stars were bright. I looked up and whispered, "Thank you for this time." I knew I was dying, but now I was not afraid. The world still had beauty, and I was part of it, even for a short time. After India, I travelled to Egypt. The sun was strong and the land was dry. I saw the great pyramids. They stood tall and proud. I walked near them and touched the stones. They were warm from the sun. I thought of how old they were, thousands of years, and I was just a small moment. A guide told me stories about kings and queens. He said they wanted to live forever, but they are all gone now. Only the stones remain. I smiled. Maybe it's not about living forever. Maybe it's about living fully, even for a short time. I took a boat on the Nile River. The water was quiet. Birds flew over the trees. I felt peace. For a few minutes I forgot about death. I watched the sun go down. It made the sky orange and gold. I whispered, "This is enough." Then I flew to Norway. It was cold but beautiful. I saw the northern lights. Green and purple light danced in the sky. It felt like magic. I stood there, my hands in my pockets, and tears came to my eyes. Not from sadness, but from wonder. I stayed in a small cabin near a lake. In the morning I made tea and looked at the snow. It was quiet, so quiet that I could hear my own heart. I was alone, but I was not lonely anymore. The world had given me so much, and I had said thank you. After Norway, I went to Japan. It was spring. Cherry blossoms were everywhere. Pink and white flowers covered the trees. People sat under them and smiled. Children played. Old people talked. I sat under a tree with a cup of tea. The petals fell on my shoulders like soft snow. I visited temples. I walked slowly, watching the monks pray. Everything was quiet. I felt calm. I didn't think about my sickness. I just listened to the wind. I closed my eyes and breathed deeply. Life felt simple and beautiful. One monk looked at me and said, "Every flower falls, but it gives beauty before it goes." I smiled. He didn't know my story, but his words touched my heart. I kept walking with light steps. My pain was still there, but it was quiet. Then I went to Brazil. It was loud and full of colour. People danced in the streets. Music was everywhere. I laughed like a child. I ate sweet fruits and watched the sunset on the beach. The sky turned red and gold. The ocean waves kissed my feet. I met a boy who sold flowers. He gave me one for free. I asked him, "Why?" He said, "You look kind." I wanted to cry, but I just said thank you. I gave him a coin. He smiled and ran away. That night I looked at the stars and felt full of love. Now I am back home. My body is weak. I walk slowly. I sleep a lot. But my heart is full. I saw the world. I saw beauty. I saw kindness. I met people who gave me hope. I am not afraid of the end. I sit in my garden. The flowers bloom. Birds sing. The sun is warm on my face. I drink tea and remember every place. I remember the snow in Norway, the cherry trees in Japan, the music in Brazil. I smile. These memories are my treasure. A neighbour's child comes to visit. He asks, "Why are you always happy?" I say, "Because I lived. I loved. I saw the world." He laughs and says, "I want to do that too." I say, "One day you will." Now I wait, but I do not wait with fear. I wait with peace. I am ready. My story is almost finished, but it is a good story. I hope someone will remember it. I close my eyes. I hear the wind. I feel the earth. I think of my family. I miss them, but I will see them soon. My journey is ending, but love does not end.